All right, Tech Chat Tuesday. Today's topic is going to be YouTube and the changes to those student accounts. Okay, so YouTube did come out, or Google, I guess, is the owner of YouTube. Google came out at the 1st of September. You may have received an email about it and said, hey, we're going to be making some changes through the month of September. And they started making those changes throughout the month. And then our biggest notice that we've noticed so far is YouTube, right? And those of you that are YouTube users, especially with your students, have maybe noticed that there's some major changes to YouTube accounts. And those are the biggest changes that we're going to see. So Google did make a change that in Google Workspace, which is formerly Google for Education or G Suites for Education, it's now Google Workspace for Education. It includes all those Google apps, Google Meets, Docs, Slides, Drive, YouTube, all those things. So they said that anyone with a Workspace account who's under the age of 18 is going to have some safety restrictions put onto their accounts, which is good for our students because they're better protected. It does change some things for us. So I just want to go through a few of those changes and then how we can work around to those, okay? The first of those changes is that students no longer have a school YouTube channel. So if you are using school YouTube channels, they no longer have access to those and will not be able to upload videos to YouTube from their school district account, okay? That also means that they can't comment on videos, they can't live stream, they can't cast via Google TV, which I don't think we were doing, but that is something that they're doing. So no video posts, no comments. Those are probably the two biggest things that will affect us. And then also not YouTube related, but it does also affect their Google search. When they're signed in with their Google account, Safe Search is automatically turned on for them. Again, it's a safety feature. It's good for our students. And that's a good protection for them, but it might change some of the things that come up in a Google search for our students. Most of those things were probably already filtered by our school content filter anyway, so you probably won't notice a big change there. Okay, so what can you do about this, right? We can't change Google. This is not something that we can turn a switch on in our Google settings and change that. But most of our students, 99% of them are probably going to be marked in that under 18 category. So what can we as teachers do to help get them back on track with their workflow? So the first thing is when you are uploading a video to YouTube, and I'm going to show you where you find that. I'm going to share my screen. You as a teacher can definitely still upload to YouTube. So you can still store your videos there. And if YouTube deems that as educational content, your students will still be able to see that. So give your title or give your videos a good title. Be sure if you could put like your class name or what the topic is, if it's education related, most likely it will be available for students, okay? The other thing that you can do as you are uploading your video is to make sure that this is checked. Yes, it's made for kids. So what it's done for us is it's automatically defaulted students to the YouTube for Kids, which if you have children, you've probably experienced the YouTube for Kids app before. And it's very, very kid friendly. Let's just say that. I guess I always checked no, it's not made for kids because I wanted it to go on to regular YouTube and not kids YouTube, because traditionally in the past kids YouTube has been like baby shark videos or unpackaging the Easter eggs or hidden surprise things, okay? So I've kind of always defaulted to no, it's not made for kids, like I said, because I want my videos to show up on regular YouTube for anyone to use. But in this case, you do need to check, yes, it's made for kids, and that should make it available for students, okay? The second thing that you can do from the teacher side, and then, sorry, let me finish this. Once that's done, you just click next, right? And you publish it the same way the rest of the time, or you publish it the same through the rest of the checks, okay? The other thing you can do is utilize Canvas Studio. So from your Canvas account, if you use the Studio button down here at the bottom, you can do this two ways. See if it'll go. One, you can record a video of you right, or of your screen. And you can also add a video. If you add a video, you can just upload a video straight from your iPad, your MacBook, or anything like that. But you can also, if you do upload things into YouTube for students to access, you can pull a YouTube link here. So if I were to go out to one of my videos and I were to grab this, I'm going to get the shareable link, and I come back to Studio, I would just paste that link in there and click Add Video. And there it is right there. And that's even an unlisted video that I don't have out there public for the world, and it's there for my students to access. The beauty of this is that I get data on who is recording or who is watching my recording and who for how long and things like that. Okay. So Canvas Studio is another great option. So be sure, Made for Kids and Canvas Studio. The third thing that we can do with this switch is change the way our students manage things. So I'm going to stop sharing my laptop here. And I'm going to switch over to my iPad so that you can see that from the student point of view. All right, in the student point of view, if I have a recording, I've recorded, let's say, a screen recording on my iPad. Here it is. So there's my video, just a quick video, okay? So a couple things that I can do as a student. One, I can upload it to my Google Drive. And the reason that I would want to do that, I would just, in my Google Drive, I would click Upload, and I'm gonna browse my photos and videos. And then I'm gonna go to my recents, and I'm going to select my most recent one should show up first. So I'm going to select that and upload. And while that processes, the reason I would want to upload it to Google Drive versus just Canvas would be that I want to share this video outside of our school. So I want maybe parents to access it just like I would with YouTube, but it's really going to be housed on Google Drive. So if I go to my recents now, here's my video that I uploaded earlier, all right? And if I click those three little dots, I get that share menu, just like we're familiar with all Google Docs, right? And I'm going to click share. And then I'm going to click this little people icon here. And if it's just for my teacher, I could just send the link to her. If I want to share this with classmates or people outside of the school district, I'm going to want to click this change here. And if it's just people within our district, I can change it to Troy K-12. If it's people outside the district, I need to make it anyone with the link. So really, I just go ahead and I would tell students, anyone with the link, that way, no matter who shares it, they've got access, okay? And then I'm going to copy that link just by clicking that little paper clip up there. Then what can I do with that link? I could paste it in an email. I could make it part of a presentation. I could paste it in a Google Slide or a Keynote. I could paste it in the comments of a Canvas assignment to turn it in via a Google Drive link. So there's several things that they can do with that. So that would be option one for students. Option two for students, if this is a video that's staying within your classroom, like the teacher's really the only one that needs to see it, then students can upload it via Canvas Studio. And the good thing about that is that it plays really nice for you as the teacher when you're grading it. So if I come into an assignment and I just click the Canvas Studio icon, again, I'm logged in as a student, so this is exactly what they see. And they see that same Canvas Studio screen here that we saw as the teacher, and they're just going to click Add. Instead of bringing it in from YouTube, they're going to browse their files and upload it. And when they do that, browse files, they can search from their photo library. There we go, photo library, or they can also take a video right from there. And when that happens, they get a video that looks like this. They would select the video because all of their Canvas Studio videos would show on that prior screen. And then they would click this embed button. When they click embed, that's just attaching it to the assignment. Down there, it says it's done, and I'm going to click submit. Okay. A third and final way that students could upload that video for you is, I'm going to try again here, is just simply upload the file straight into Canvas. So if I click choose a file, it's going to automatically let me choose photo library, and I can select that video there, and I'm going to select add. Okay, you can see it loading down there at the bottom. Once it's loaded, it'll give me the option to submit. This is through Canvas in Safari, not the app or Google Chrome. So this is Canvas Safari, and then submit assignment. Done. From the teacher side, through the app, if I am grading on my teacher app because things show up a lot nicer there for me. I'm just going to tap that video and it plays right there within the Canvas teacher app for me. And then when I'm ready to grade the next student, I would just swipe over. I don't have any other students in this class, but I would just swipe over and it would take me to the next student and their video. Okay. All right, so for the teacher, make sure you mark your videos made for kids for the, or use Canvas Studio. And on the student side, they could share it in 3 ways. I would share it through Google Drive if I need to share it outside my classroom and outside of my school. I would share it via Canvas Studio for my teacher if I want to save it in my Canvas files. Or I could share it just by uploading that video straight into a Canvas assignment. So if you have an alternative workflow that works for you, I'd love to hear about it. Or if these workflows don't work for you, let me know and we'll work out something that is good for your class and your students. If you have any questions, let me know.